Greetings. What do you want?
You look troubled. Is there anything I can help you with?
You're very kind. I need someone who knows their way around a smithy. I need to get a few horseshoes made and deliver them. They were supposed to be done yesterday.
Oh, great. It just so happens I'm a black...
Really? Well, then you've been...
So, how many...
Well, if you manage to make horseshoes for 2 horses, I'd be forever... See you later, my friend.
You have a kind master, eh, mutt?
It needs heat. It's cold. About halfway done. It's completely cold. This is almost done. Good. That looks finished. room's gonna need some more work. Here are those horseshoes.
Let's see them then. These will do just fine. Such a young, hard-working, talented Too bad I'm not a few years younger.
You mentioned something about payment?
Here you go. You won't buy a castle for it, but good work calls for good pay. Now, someone just needs to bring the horseshoes to Victoria. Would you do that for me?
Who's this Victoria?
A girl from the village. She's a bit different. But deep down, a good girl.
Different? What do you mean?
She's had a hard life. Her husband died of the plague a while back, and now she's all alone. She does odd jobs for the villagers here to make a living. Sometimes I send her up to the soldiers with our goods. Why would I drag myself up that hill when she's got young legs and likes going up there anyway?
Fine. Which house does she live in?
It's not far at all. Just cross the stream and you're there. Care now.
Victoria, I bought you horseshoes from Martha. Victoria? You here? Christ, so much blood. What happened here? I have to tell Martha. What are those herbs? Just strewn about on the ground like that. I reckon I should ask someone.
Are you looking for something? Wouldn't it be best if you left?
Why do you live so far away from the...
I lived here with my husband, May. Peter worked in the forest. We moved around. Folks from Miskovitz know me and come to see me.
You said your husband worked...
Aye. I suppose it doesn't matter. Peter was a poach, and that's what cost him his life in the end.
What do the locals...
I know about herbs and decoctions, and there's no shortage of them. The soldiers who came.
Wouldn't you rather live in the village?
I'd rather be alone where I live.
I found these herbs, but I don't know what they're used for.
Show them to me. I'll have a look. Listen, boy. Where did you get these herbs?
Why? Are they poisonous?
These aren't just any old herbs.
What do you mean?
Well, they can be used against God's will. A decoction of these herbs can ease giving birth. But if a woman carrying a child not long conceived was to drink it, these herbs would expel the fetus.
So Victoria is expecting.
Whatever her name is, she doesn't know what she's playing with. Even if she does get rid of the child, it might kill her. I witnessed a girl bleed to death from that.
Oh, Sakra. I need to find her as soon as possible.
You certainly do. I wish you a blessed evening.
I brought Victoria those horseshoes.
What? What do you mean?
The house was empty. And in the hearth room next to the bed, I found a puddle of blood. It hadn't even dried yet.
Jesus Christ! What if she's been... No!
It might not be too late. Do you have any idea where she could be?
I don't know. Really? Oh, how horrible!
I found these herbs. They were on the ground next to the bloodstains.
At first glance, they don't look anything special, but I'm no herb expert. Try and ask some herbalist.
I've already spoken with the herbalist, and she knew right away what those herbs were. She says they're used to make this kind of decoction. When a pregnant girl drinks it, she loses the child.
God have mercy on her, that poor girl. Mary, Mother of God. I hope it's not too late.
Did Victoria have problems with anyone from the village? Did anyone want to hurt her?
No, definitely not. Good God, she was... I mean, she is a good girl. Although...
Can you think of anyone?
Sometimes there's talk about how she lives alone and how she makes her living.
Why would anyone be bothered about how Victoria...
Well, not everyone was happy that she once someone even drew... But what's that poor girl supposed to do with...
Who did she go and see at the camp?
Mainly their blacksmith. She brings goods up there every 2 or 3 days. He's certain... So tell them at the gate that you're bringing something from the smithy.
Who's bothered by her?
Things are a little different. Naturally, a few fellas were fawning over her, but he'd never hurt her.
Who's this mystery man, then?
I won't say. If word got out that I accused...
I'm not about to go blabbing about it in the tavern. I just need to know where to start looking for Victoria.
Fine. But you didn't hear this from me. Farmer Kuba was pretty keen on her, and he wasn't going to give up easy. Last time, he tried to flatter her by giving her a headscarf, but Victoria knew it had belonged to his dead wife, so she told him to sod off. The whole village was laughing at him. He's a bitter old man. But would he hurt her? I don't think so.
Huh? Jealousy's a
Well, that's true, too. So go and ask him yourself. He lives with his children and his house. He's always wearing but not a peep about what I told.
Don't worry. Is there anything else you can think of before I go?
I've already told you everything I know. Now come and take your pick.
What sort of
My
baked goods
God.
would you like?
It's very much.
Greetings.
You're Cuba, the farmer, right? I'm looking for Victoria, and I thought you might know where to find her.
Why should I, of all people, know?
Victoria's not at home.
A pity.
Would you happen to know anything about that?
Huh. Maybe she moved to the camp on the hill for good. She was hanging around with them soldiers. Maybe she's doing it with them cumin bastards, too. So they decided to keep her up there.
You can't be serious. She could be injured somewhere, or even worse. And you're glad?
What goes around comes around. I have a clean conscience. To hell with that silly goose.
Why don't you just admit the girl was a real thorn in your side? An old dog wanted to...
Listen, you prick. You'd better take...
You're pissed off.
Enough! Now you're gonna get it! Mercy! Spare me!
So,
Yeah. And I really don't know anything. Maybe she just decided village life wasn't for her, so she...
what soldier?
I heard someone came across her up there in the forest while she was having a run, but I really don't...
All right.
Where do you think you're going?
Into the camp, of course.
Oh, aye. They can't wait to see you. Look here. No strangers are allowed in, so turn around and sod off back to the pile of dung you crawled out of.
The Miskovitz blacksmith sent me with some horseshoes. He said they'd come in handy in the camp.
All right, you can go in, but no messing about.
Fucking watch. I'm fucking tired. On top of that, fucking
Good evening.
Would you help me out?
That depends. Who are you looking for?
Victoria, a girl from Miskovitz. They send her up here with goods from the smithy.
You'll have to ask the blacksmith. The smithy is opposite the entrance in the upper part of the camp. If you don't see it, you'll hear it at least. You can't miss the banging of the hammer.
Thanks a lot.
God be with you, sir.
Am I supposed to open my mouth and wait for it to rain? I'm sorry.
So you can avoid danger. Hear what I say about the
Greetings to you. How can I help?
Does the name Victoria mean anything to you?
No. Should it?
She's a girl from Miskovitz. I heard she comes up here to sell things.
Ah, I know who you mean. Aye. There's a girl who shows up here every now and again. I'm no good with names, but Victoria sounds familiar.
How well did you know her?
We'd occasionally exchange a few words. I know she was sent here by people from the village, because they didn't dare come up here. A young girl all by herself, can you imagine? She slaved for half of Miskovitz, so she had at least something to eat. Poor girl.
Do you know where she is now? She's gone missing, and I don't want anything bad to happen to her.
May God protect her, but I can't help you. She knew Black from the provisioning unit the best.
Where can I find this soldier Black?
He's lying in the infirmary. He's got gut ache, and you can hear him howling halfway across the camp.
Thanks. I'll go and look for him.
Take care.
Are you the one they call Black?
I'm more like green just now.
But I need to talk to you.
And I need something for the pain. Girl,
Tell me exactly what...
my belly hurts. It's killing me. It's as if I'll burst at any moment or give birth to a calf. It's from the fucking pig swill they give us to eat here.
Maybe. Does it hurt when I press here?
Yes! I feel it here.
Oh, it's no wonder. Your stomach's blown up like a bellows.
We put some mushrooms someone found in the woods into the stew. Oh. Fuck.
It's obvious. If you want relief, you need an antidote. The soup...
But I can barely move.
I have something for you that should work.
Thank you. Oh, I can feel it bubbling and gurgling inside me.
Well, are you better now?
Not yet.
I'll wait here with you, to be sure. Well, are you better now?
All right. I've had better days. Thanks, friend.
So, can we talk now?
What do you want to know?
It's about Victoria, the girl from Miskovitz.
Christ almighty. That woman won't leave me alone. Now she sent someone to try and change my mind?
Well, I didn't come to change your mind. Why would I do that?
Well, she's tried practically everything. Complaining, screeching,
And what was she trying to achieve?
Look, we had a bit of fun once or twice, but that was it. She just didn't get it.
Victoria's missing. Her house...
What do you mean she's missing?
As if the earth opened up and swallowed her. Seeing as you two used to meet up, you might...
She didn't tell anyone? Not even the blacksmith's wife?
Well, I think Victoria is pregnant. But she doesn't want to keep the child. I found some herbs at her house that are used for getting rid of a baby.
My God, I thought she was making it up about the baby. You know, to get me to...
I don't think she was lying.
But those herbs, she can't do that.
I found a knife and a pool of blood.
I didn't do anything to her. You saw with your own eyes how sick I was.
You didn't do anything to her? Do you mean besides having...
Do you think she did something to herself?
If that was her blood...
Good God in heaven.
That's all I found out.
She often said she didn't know what she'd do if I left. But I...
But what were you expecting? She's already in a tough situation, and you just made it worse. Get off your ass and do something.
I can't just prance right out of the camp. Unlike you. Not far from here to the east, there's a spot we used to meet. A small clearing in the forest, where there's a...
Good. I'll look there.
I know. But bring her... Tell her. I promise to take care of her. And the little one. We'll manage somehow.
Well, how are you going to do that? You're a soldier in the service of the...
She could be here. There's nothing keeping her in the village. She'd find work here.
All right.
I'll never touch another mushroom again so long as I live.
Kiss your cheeks and your tender little head. Rest the...
You're Victoria, right?
And who are you?
No one important. Well, it all started like this. I was supposed to bring you some horseshoes, but then...
I'm not interested in any damn horseshoes.
Wait, though. I'm Henry. Black sent me to talk. They're worried something happened to you because you vanished all of a sudden. I'll accompany you back home. All right?
I don't want to go back there. Nothing good ever happened to me in that house. I want to stay with my Black. Where is he? Why didn't he come himself?
Because he's lying in the infirmary. But you don't need to worry. He'll be all right soon. I know what happened to you. I was at your house and saw...
You have no idea what's going on.
Then tell me what happened. After all, talking about it will help you feel better.
Well, you already know that me and Black used to meet. But he changes his mind like the wind. First he says he wants to be with me, then that he's a soldier of the king. There's gossip in the village that I'm the camp whore who'll sleep with anyone for a handful of grain. Whenever I left to go up there, they'd shout at me not to come back. And then I found out that I'm with child.
And Black is...
Of course. The villagers think I sleep with half...
And that blood on the floor in your house?
I was desperate. I picked some herbs to make a decoction to get, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I said to myself, I'd rather die with my child than kill it and go on living.
So you cut yourself?
Yes, with a knife. I cut myself once or twice. But once I wiped off the blood with an apron and my skirt.
Thanks for confiding in me.
I don't want...
You know what would be best? If you...
Seriously?
Because he might have promised you the moon, but all he really wanted to do was have a bit of fun. He told me himself he's not interested in you.
What? But...
Well, you're not going to let this destroy you, are you? He's just scum.
You might be right. I've already lost one man. I'm not going to cry over another who doesn't even deserve it. For a while, I started to believe I'd no longer have to live hand to mouth, to do the worst work imaginable just to get a few crumbs. And now I should settle for one of those village donkeys. I can barely feed myself, let alone anyone else.
don't take this the wrong way, but maybe it'd be best if you simply left the village. There's nothing keeping you there.
But I don't have anywhere else to go.
I might know of a place.
Oh? Where would that be?
Not far from here is a tavern. It's called the Devil's Den. I'm sure they'd find work for you there, and nobody'll be interested in your history.
I've heard of that place, and what I've heard wasn't very nice. Thieves and poachers hang out there.
Well, it's not a place fit for a royal banquet, but if you weren't afraid in a camp full of soldiers, you'll be fine there. All they'll want you to do is serve cold beer and hot food. You just have to be a little careful. Don't let them push you around, and you'll be in no danger.
I know how to put my foot down. I'm not afraid of hard work. And right now, some hot food and a dry place to sleep are all I need to be happy.
So you don't want to go back to Miskovitz?
Just once, for the last time. I'll get a few things, and once a wagon goes by, I'll take a ride to the Devil's Den. And when the baby arrives, well, we'll make do somehow.
I'm glad to hear that. Good luck, Victoria.